Getting into UCL is one thing, but finding a good flat nearby at a fair price is another challenge. The market is full of overpriced shoeboxes and scams. In this video, I will show you exactly what you can get near the main campus for different budgets. I will also show you how to spot those scams and the fake listings to avoid at all costs. Let's start with the studio listed at £1,950 a month that is super central, south of UCL. We are a 25-minute walk away. It's a very wide studio with a separate kitchen and a hallway with integrated storage. They actually split the studio in two parts, and they created the living room area on this side with sofa, coffee table, and TV. The kitchen at the back is fine, I actually quite like the style. There is a proper stove oven, a nice countertop, a good amount of storage, and a microwave. The bathroom is also really good. They went for only a small mirror, but other than that, there is a large shower, it's fully tiled and in good condition. It looks great. And then the studio is big enough to have a separate bed area in the main room. This is actually a Murphy bed that can be pushed back into the roll during the day, even though I don't think it's necessary here because we can have two distinct areas as it is. And they added a table and chairs here, so you will have somewhere to study. This is very unique. I have not seen a property at this price in this exact location for a very long time. So this studio sets a high bar, but unfortunately most listings near UCL don't look like that. Most look like this. This property is listed at £1,621 a month and it's a 15-minute walk from UCL. It is advertised as a studio, so let's double check that. When you look at the picture, you can see a double bed over here, a little table, and chairs on this side. And here we can see the beginning of a kitchen. It looks like there is a fridge, and we could imagine that the kitchen is over here. And they did add a picture of a kitchen in the listing. This is what it looks like. However, this is not in the studio. This is not next to the fridge we could see in the picture of the main room. This is completely separated and is shared with 3 other tenants. This is not great for 4 people. We can only see 3 cupboards in this picture, they didn't put any storage on the other side. So how are you supposed to store all your cooking equipment as well as your food here? Back to the studio, which is actually a bedroom with a fridge in the corner and an ensuite over here. And the ensuite is fine, it's actually modern and brand new, there is storage and it's fully tiled. So this is super misleading because they made it look on the pictures as if it was a fully self-contained studio when it's actually a house share. Fake studios like that are just the tip of the iceberg among a sea of scammy listings. I made a video where I explain everything, I'll link it here if you want to watch it. So unfortunately, this wasn't an isolated case. I wish I could tell you it gets better, but here's another example of a fake studio that made me angry. This place is advertised at £1,733 a month, so it's more expensive than the previous options. Keep this in mind. It is a bit more central because it is just south of Houston Square, so it's literally a 1-minute walk from UCL. But this is what it looks like. When I studied the listing properly, I found out that it's actually a bedroom with an ensuite in a shared house. So this is the bedroom, which is only big enough to fit a single bed. Then we have the bathroom, which is tiny. You basically have to climb over the toilet to reach the shower. There is no storage and only a tiny sink. They say in the description that there is a kitchen in this room, but I can't see any kitchen here, not even a fridge. However, what we can see is the picture of a shared kitchen. So this is not a studio. This is a bad ensuite bedroom in a shared house, which is, yes, a little bit closer to the university, but more expensive than other places in this video, including full 1-bedroom flats that I'm going to show you in a minute. It's easy to feel discouraged when you see listings like that, but good options do exist in this budget if you know where to look. This next one is a similar price, but as you will see, it is a proper home with a proper layout. It's advertised at £1,799 a month, and it is also super close to UCL, it's literally a 3-minute walk. It has a little reception area with a sofa, a TV, and a little kitchen. It's the bare minimum. It is very small, but at least it is well done in a very practical way. And it opens onto this little garden or patio area. And there is a separate bedroom. So yes, it's very small and it's a bit odd with this stove oven that is on the other side of the pillar. But I do like that you have both a sofa to chill during the day and a bedroom with a proper bed. I'm a bit disappointed that there is no picture of the bathroom, but it does say in the description that there is a private bathroom, so we will need to double check that during a viewing. This listing is promising, but it is a lot of money for basically a big corridor. So let's drop the budget all the way down to £1,400. You would expect a creepy basement, but look at this. This is a studio listed at £1,400 a month, and it's just here near Russell Square, a 23-minute walk from UCL. It's almost 30 square meters or 315 square feet. Even though it's only one room, what I like is that there is a lot of integrated storage, a separate kitchen, a somewhat separated toilet, and also a private patio. This is very unique in this area of London. We are super central, and for the price that is extremely rare. Then this is the bathroom where we have a bath. It is a bit old, so if I went for a viewing, I would check that the plumbing is fine, that we have hot water, and that the water pressure is fine. The kitchen is great. We have a large window, a good amount of storage, a proper stove, and an oven. And finally, this is the main room. We have the washing machine that is here on the side because it doesn't fit in the kitchen. And then we have this big window that can open onto the patio. It's unfurnished here, so I edited the picture to show you what it could look like. This area on the left could be used as a wardrobe. We could add some curtains to close the space. And then we could create our living room here with a sofa bed. Or if you want a proper mattress, you could put a Murphy bed with an integrated sofa. So this is what £1,400 gets you near UCL. It is decent, but it is a bit old and it's on the lower ground floor. Now let's see what happens if we increase the budget slightly. For an extra £100 a month, does the quality actually improve? This studio is listed at £1,500 a month and it is just south of King's Cross. It's a 23-minute walk from the university. Once again, it's completely empty, so I prepared a furnished version to show you what it could look like. The kitchen is very basic. We have a small hob and it looks like that's everything. There is a bit of storage and I guess there will be a fridge behind this door or maybe even a washing machine. But other than that, we have 2 windows, which is great, and we could create something cool. We could have a proper bed as well as a sofa, and if you find that the space is too crowded, you could get a Murphy bed to make more space here during the day. Finally, the bathroom is tiny, but at least it looks good. We have storage, a cool mirror, and a shower that is fully tiled on this side. Honestly, £1,500 is an amazing price for this area. I regularly make videos focused on this exact budget, and the listings that I find are very rarely as central. I'll put a link here if you're interested. However, if we look at the value rather than just the lowest price, the next listing might be the winner. This is a one-bedroom flat listed at £1,600 a month and it is in Camden town, north of UCL, 21-minute walk away. It's just over 30 square meters or 330 square feet, and there is a reception room, a separate bedroom, and a separate kitchen. The reception room is a good size for a flat at this price in this neighborhood. There is space for a sofa, coffee table and TV, as well as a desk to study. The bedroom area is quite small, but there is space for a double bed and a couple of bedside tables, and there is also a bit of storage. Let's move to the kitchen, which is a good size as well. There is a bit of storage, but they could have put more cupboards on this wall. And then we have what looks like a fridge and a separated freezer, a washing machine, and a proper hob oven on this side. And there is a window here, which is great. And finally, the bathroom is a highlight. It's fully tiled, there is enough space to move around, there is some storage, and a mirror. It looks modern and clean. I think the pictures of this flat are not the best, which is actually a good thing because it will be overlooked by a lot of people. By the way, if you want to find a flat in London, I can help. I'll put a link below so you can get in touch. The next place is about the same price as this joke of a studio I showed you earlier, but this one might be my favorite of today's selection. This flat is listed at £1,699 a month and it is in the same area just south of Camden town. It's a 19-minute walk from UCL. It is very, very spacious. We have a big reception room where we have space for a proper sofa as well as a proper dining table. I would probably rearrange the space a little bit if it was me. I would move the TV against this wall and the sofa over here, but there is potential. It is a lower ground floor flat, so it is something to keep in mind as it can feel a bit darker and a bit less safe. And then this is the bedroom, which is huge. There is space for a double bed, bedside tables and a wardrobe, and there is a sofa in this area, so it's very spacious. It also opens onto a little patio, so it's nice. The bathroom is not necessarily my style and could do with a little refresh, but it has a bath and it has 2 windows, which is a highlight. Finally, the kitchen is over here, and I chose to put a dishwasher rather than a washing machine. So we have the dishwasher, a proper stove oven, some storage, but almost no countertop at all. So we will need to find solutions and be a bit creative to see how to use the space. But overall, it is a very well-priced property for this area. This next flat is the biggest of today's selection, and it's pretty incredible. It is £2,000 a month and we are a bit further from the university, but we are right here on the canal between King's Cross and Camden. It would be a 32-minute walk or an 8-minute cycle. It is 52 square meters or 560 square feet, which is huge. There is a large hallway, a reception room with enough space for separated areas, a balcony, a large separate kitchen, and a bedroom that has a bit of an odd shape, but we'll have a look in a minute. This is the reception room that opens onto a balcony. It's a high floor with a nice view and it's bright. The living room is super spacious. Here they only put this sofa and this big cabinet here in the corner, and we could definitely furnish it more. So I created an example here. I added a proper TV, a TV stand, more bookshelves, and I added a few accessories to give it a more cozy vibe. The hallway itself is huge. There is integrated storage and space for more storage. This is the bedroom that also has a big integrated closet, and they made the most of the odd shape by having a double bed like that in the middle. You could add even more storage if you wanted to. I don't know if it's actually needed with all of these integrated closets, but that's an option. The bathroom is pretty average, but it is in good condition and well maintained. It is lacking a bit of storage, but that's good enough. This flat is pretty unique. Yes, it is a bit of a higher budget, but for this price in this neighborhood, it's still a very good deal. If you want to see how it compares with other universities, click here to see my selection of places near Imperial College.